You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries. As we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion. Delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest, first timer on Ron Siegel Radio, although he was in the background once before. Kevin DuToit, he's a digital expert. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Ron.
Glad to have you with us. You'll probably notice his Brooklyn accent as we get started today. Hey, let me remind you, if you ever have any more finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money. I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Today is, I'm not going to do National Dictionary Day. No. I don't, does anybody even use a dictionary anymore? We've got all these different tools and whatnot. I don't know if anybody even uses a dictionary anymore. I have spell checker, Grammarly, all that stuff. And does anybody even spell properly? Not the word properly. I know if my niece was around, she would say that, I'm Properly. No, that's not what I'm talking about. So does anybody even spell properly anymore? Right, we're dealing with all these different things in LOL and LMK and gosh, I need a dictionary just to figure out what all those things mean. Or I need my kids around, one or the other. Let's see. Clean your virtual desktop day. I don't think I've ever done that. Well, maybe I do every once in a while when we're doing a broadcast. I might clean my virtual desktop, and then I forget that everything's there where it was. And I don't know about that. National Sports Day. Now, how do they have a National Sports Day on Monday? Shouldn't that be like Saturday or Sunday? Although Saturday was a bit depressing. I am a USC fan, so Don't drive me crazy. At least UCLA lost. Just throw that out there. After watching the games on Saturday, Sunday, all day long, right there, you could find me right there on the couch, unless I had to go to the kitchen. Other than that, hockey, basketball, we had football, and we had baseball. Yeah, the Angels weren't there. Dodgers weren't either, but that's a whole different story. Well, after all that, I can understand why today is National Liqueur Day. And again, you would think that might be toward the weekend, but that one looks like a good one. That almost looks like a White Russian. Okay, well, coffee, Bailey's. I do keep an opaque cup. It's only got water in it when I'm in the studio. At least that's what everybody is supposed to think. So National Liqueur. What's your favorite liqueurs? Or do you like liqueur?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a favorite?
I'm not sure, but we have a liqueur without coffee in South Africa. So
okay, kind of Kahlua,
absolutely,
Kahlua.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely, yeah.
I like Kahlua and cream. Put a little Kahlua in my coffee. Oh, that's good. We better move along, otherwise we won't get any work done today. Let's take a look and see what the markets are doing. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 330 points. The S&P 500 is up 43. The NASDAQ is up 128. And oil is down 85 cents a barrel. Should we look at gasoline? Yes, I did have to fill the car with gas over the weekend. I don't know if I even want to look at gas prices or where they're going, but they're going to be changing dramatically. And it's amazing to me, but I'm going to explain it to you in just a minute. But gasoline right here in the formerly Golden State, $5.62 a gallon. I paid $4.99 at Costco yesterday. $5.62 in California for the average for the state of California. $3.60 is the national average for a gallon of gasoline. Josh, you ready for this one? Lori's paying $3.13 a gallon. Our tremendous underwriter, Lori, $3.13 a gallon in Louisiana. Jody's at $4.34, and Brittany's paying $3.6. Everyone's at. Josh is even in the fours. $4.78 over there in Nevada. So, I guess we just like taxes here. I'll get there in a minute. So let's take a look and see. So current price $5.62 in California. It's down about a half a cent from yesterday, down about 20 cents from last week. We're going to see gas prices drop because apparently we can't produce oil in the United States. It's a global crisis, according to the president. Now, apparently, Venezuela's on a different globe because they're making a deal to get oil out of Venezuela. Now, I don't know what globe they're on, being that the global climate crisis is only hitting us in the United States, and Venezuela is exempt. If anybody can help me figure that out, I'd be most appreciative.
Such an idiot.
Yeah, I know I shouldn't say that about our president, but unbelievable how these things are going on. I mean, there's a lot of chaos in the world right now. And can you say self-inflicted? I mean, we should have a sound effect for that, Josh. I mean, it's all self-inflicted. We voted for this person, and elections have consequences. So I saw a meme this weekend. I just had to pipe in. So it says, without saying what state you're from, tell us something about your state. And I saw, okay, gambling. We kind of guessed that that's probably Nevada. Could be Atlantic City, but probably Nevada. Orange juice, probably Florida. So I had to pipe in. I put taxes. What else is California known for? We got high taxes, the best anywhere in the world. I mean, we lead the country in almost everything. And we're proud of it because we keep voting for the same people to give us more and more taxes every single election. And we haven't figured out in the state of California that they're going to put the same garbage on the ballot every time. Raise taxes for the kids' education. Raise taxes for senior citizens. Well, who in their right mind doesn't want to help our kids? Well, we've been doing this for all these years, and our kids aren't getting a very good education, so maybe we ought to try something different. Vote no. Just throw that out there for you. And if you've watched what's going on, unbelievable what's going on in the Middle East right now. Well, now you get these schools from education, a school like Harvard, right? It's supposed to be a good school. I wouldn't send you couldn't pay me enough to send my child to Harvard. But they have 31 organizations praising Hamas. Really? That's what we want our kids to, the schooling we want from our kids? I think it was Ackerman that came out this morning and said he wants to know if he can get the documentation of any child that was on there. He wants to make sure they never get a job. So can you imagine going to Harvard University, graduating from Harvard, putting your name on something this stupid, and then not being able to get a job, maybe dishwasher at McDonald's. And they don't even have dishes at McDonald's. So I just throw that out there. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, digital marketing. We're going to talk about it. Our higher mortgage rates here to stay. We'll talk about it, how to find and compare debt consolidation loans. We'll talk about that, all that, and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Hey there, friends. Wondering if now is the right time to buy a home? Or are you waiting for a bunch of foreclosures? The facts speak loud and clear. Defaults and foreclosures are down, sure. We might be headed towards a recession. But did you know interest rates typically drop and real estate values often go up during a recession? So what are you waiting for? Higher prices or higher payments? Don't navigate these waters alone. Connect with RonSiegelRadio.com today. That's RonSiegelRadio.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates across, I just lost my screen, across 34% or 42% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. We don't know. They don't tell us points paid, points received, APR. They only tell us the actual locked rates. These are Friday's numbers. That's about as much data as we as close to data as we can get you. 30-year conforming 7.551. That was down a little bit. 30-year jumbo was up just a touch, 7.786. 30-year FHA was down 7.259. 30-year USDA, that was up. That's the rural areas, generally no down payment, 7.327. And the best loan on the market for those that earned it, that would be the 30-year VA loan, 7.167. That was down a little bit. And if you want to get from us, we send out free every business morning, or just about every business morning. We send out a report for our subscribers, rsrmarketminute.com, rsrmarketminute.com. It's usually like 1 or 2 page report just talking about what we see in the market right now in the world of mortgages. If you want it again, it's totally complimentary, rsrmarketminute.com. Let's see what's going on right now, though, because we're going to get about as close to current as we can get. So we're looking at the S&P 500 is up 43.61. 10-year Treasury up 8 basis points, 4.708. That means that's interest rate is up on that 10-year Treasury. The bond, the mortgage-backed security bond, down 29 basis points. That means home loan rates are up today. Not a whole lot of news this morning, but one of the big ones, and it's talking about home affordability. And again, it's one of those issues that is very misunderstood because they use the median income for the median property. Well, we've talked about this before on Ron Siegel Radio. Median home value is totally worthless. It's only good for economists because it only tells you the mix of the property selling. It doesn't tell you the value of anything. Well, similarly, when we look at median income, there's some people that are included there that are just not out shopping for a house and have no business shopping for a house. For instance, I have a niece that's got a job right now, and she works part-time because she's in college. So why would we be including her income as part of the median numbers? Doesn't make sense. Now, other people look and say, okay, well, home prices are going up dramatically, and they are, or they have been. But here's the issue. You don't need to have a 1-to-1 ratio of home prices to wages in order for affordability. Now, I'm not going to dispute the fact that we are at, pretty much record highs of affordability. But the issue is it's not nearly what the media wants you to think, and people are still out there shopping. And for those people that give us a call, and I love it when I watch these things on social media. I saw somebody the other day say, I'd rather take $16,000 and put it toward buying down payment on a house that needed zero down payment as a VA loan, as opposed to buying down the interest rate and saving $400 a month. Now, can somebody help me with this math? If you're planning on staying in that house for more than 3 years, aren't you better off saving $400 a month? If my math is right, that's $4,800 a year, give or take 3.5 years. And now you've got your saving money. Think about this. There's a lot of folks that are just out there talking and they don't understand all these numbers and they don't analyze them. So the question is it better to go with a down payment, putting that money towards your down payment, which has a 0 rate of return, or buying down the interest rate? Well, the real answer is it depends. What's your time horizon? How long are you going to be there? That's the issue. Now, if you go online and you just go into, this happened to be, I'm not going to say anything good or bad about Veterans United, but they suck. But here's the issue. They're not explaining the whole thing, and that's where the problem comes out. Fed speakers this week, getting a bunch of them. The economists are saying we don't need to raise interest rates. The lawyers are saying we do. Need I say more? That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. So we're going to have a chat this morning, just a friendly chat here. And, you know, I'm going to share with you very frequently. We don't do a lot we don't do any scripting for Ron Siegel Radio. I have no clue what Kevin's going to say. He doesn't know what I'm going to say. But I can tell you this, Kevin DuToit is with us. He's a digital marketing expert. And I don't know all the things that Kevin does. I know the work that he does for one real estate agent that's been on our broadcast, and it's fabulous. I see a lot of marketing stuff. I watch it because marketing is my passion. And I watch the stuff that Kevin's putting out, and pretty amazing stuff you do.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you very much.
And I don't even know, all the people that you're helping, but I watch the stuff that you do, and and how quickly it comes out. So you've got a little practice at this.
Absolutely. And I'm also selective who I want to work with, Ron. At the end of the day, I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I want to have fun.
I like that idea. That's all we do is have fun on Ron Siegel Radio.
Ron, let's have fun on your radio show. Absolutely. I know we do. So at the end of the day, yes, I do get courted a lot, if you want to say that. But ultimately, I look
at your good looks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just throw that out there.
But ultimately, what I'm looking at is I'm looking for the character in the person. Is there going to be a synergy between us? Because at the end of the day, if I'm going to be working with you, it's like marriage.
Sure.
I spend more time at the office than I do at home. So I need to choose my battles wisely.
And you don't want to get divorced.
And
just throwing that out there.
Yes, I don't want to get divorced. So
I haven't done that one. So I just 36 years into a life sentence.
Well, exactly, life sentence. So, and what I do is I treat everything like a business. So that way I strategize and analyze, and then I execute. So,
okay.
So for me, then the benefit is it's a symbiotic. It's a win-win. So when I do content, I treat it like as if it's sacred. Everything's so special. Time is so precious. It's the only thing that I can control, and that's the most valuable thing to me.
And you're very passionate about what you do. I watch you around with people that you're with. I can see the passion in what you're doing, right. And it's always a lot more fun. It's we only get one. This isn't a trial run through life,
right?
Yeah. So if you're doing stuff with people that you don't like, that's.
I crafted around them, Ron. Everybody's so unique.
Sure.
They've got their own signature. So when I create digital content, I'm looking to give them that fingerprint that's unique to them.
Okay.
So that way they stand out. If it's so easy to duplicate and just her content online for whatever. But I literally, when I look at the quotes that I get in the morning and the images that I have, how can I tweak it to make it different so it stands out? So it's not so generic.
So why is it? I mean, I know that you've got the experience with this, but why doesn't everybody do that?
They want to, and they just don't take action. Action solves everything. So they all have this grandiose idea that because they're on social media at least sometimes hours a day,
right?
Except they don't contribute their story to the platforms. And to me, use every platform there is, from X to Facebook, to Instagram. Yes, there's different demographics with age and so forth.
That's why Josh helps me so much, because he's got me on platforms that I've never even heard of.
Absolutely. To me, blanket the market, be omnipresent. The real estate agent that's going to succeed in the present and the future is the one that's omnipresent on social media.
So most of us, though, I mean, I want everybody to do well, but the real estate agent, their success means that they've got to help somebody, right? Because they're not out there building something. They're not making the next greatest iPhone or the next greatest, camera or anything like that.
Right.
They're a service individual. So when you're talking about for the real estate agent, that's really going to be helping somebody to find a house or to buy a house or to sell a house or to maximize their goals.
Right, exactly. So instead of just posting a picture of a new listing in your neighborhood, I would tell a story about that listing. Social media is the best contact sport in the world. You have access to a global community, not just a local community.
So help me
anymore.
with that. When you talk about telling a story, so often, beautiful home, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, boring,
generic. You get over yourself.
So how do you make that exciting?
I would talk about something that you did that morning, how you woke up, what you thought, how you're planning your day. So you say, I've got the greatest story to tell you what happened to me this morning. I'm just making this up right now, by the way, because
Sure.
I'm been improving. I woke up and I felt like I'm craving fruit. So I woke up this morning and I just had this little hunger. And I thought, you know what? Before I go into the office, let me pop by Sprouts. When I went into Sprouts, I saw this wonderful lady, nicely dressed, and she saw my tag that I'm a social media advertiser. So she actually asked me what I did, and I told her. So that I just had myself I had an interaction with somebody that I would never have crossed my path ever before, and told her what I do. Now here I am with you with another story. I would exaggerate and elaborate on everything you do to get a story out of it. Because unless you want to make it up, that's fine. The greatest storyteller in the world is Steven Spielberg and George Lucas.
Sure.
They can take space. They can take
Although Taylor Swift is doing pretty good right now.
Taylor Swift's creating earthquakes with her raging concerts. So to me, tell us, make us out of everything. How you got coffee this morning, how you met the...
So people really care more about that story and those things than they care about 3 bedroom, 2 bath, gorgeous, fabulous home on a...
Seen it, been there, done that.
I can understand that. So we're going to continue our conversation on how do we make this work? How do we make it work for you? What can you do with? Maybe you can even do it with your kids' Little League team or Pop Warner team. We're going to continue our conversation with Kevin DuToit when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. Are higher mortgage rates here to stay? We'll find out. How to find and compare debt consolidation loans. All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
79% of all credit reports have errors that should be corrected through factual disputing. You could be saving thousands every year if your report was accurate. CreditSanitizer.com provides a free credit report audit when you furnish a specific $1 credit report. You can use this information to request corrections to your report and potentially save thousands of dollars. Get your free credit audit at CreditSanitizer.com. That's CreditSanitizer.com for a free credit report audit. CreditSanitizer.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by rsrmoney.com. Great site. You can track your credit scores, your bank accounts, asset accounts. You can actually track the value of your real estate. Gives you 4 different valuations from 4 different services out there. 3 of them are pretty good, and Zillow. And then we've also got 97% of the homes available for sale across the United States are all right there. rsrmoney.com. Are higher mortgage rates here to stay? Mortgage rates have been back on the rise recently, and that's getting a lot of attention from the press. you've been following the headlines, you may have seen rates recently reached their highest level in over 2 decades. And if you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of our socials with ABC News and Talk, AM 1490 video feed, you're actually seeing a chart almost 23 years since interest rates have been this high. I will admit that I paid, I think, 18% on my first house, but a lot of people weren't even born then. That can make you feel a little bit of a gut punch if you're thinking about making a move. If you're wondering whether or not you should delay your plans, here's what you really need to know. How higher mortgage rates impact you. There's no denying mortgage rates are higher right now than they were in recent years. And when rates are up, that affects overall home affordability. It works like this. The higher the rate, the more expensive it is to borrow money when you buy a home. That's because as rates trend up, your monthly mortgage payment for your future home loan also increases. Urban Institute explains how this is impacting buyers and sellers right now. Quote, when mortgage rates go up, monthly housing payments on new purchases also increases. For potential buyers, increased monthly payments can reduce the share of available affordable homes. Additionally, higher interest rates mean fewer homes on the market as existing homeowners have an incentive to hold on to their home to keep their low interest rate, unquote. Basically, some people are deciding to put their plans on hold because of where mortgage rates are right now. But what you want to know is that a good strategy? Where will mortgage rates go from here? If you're eager for mortgage rates to drop, you're not alone. A lot of people are waiting for that to happen, but here's the thing. No one knows when it will. Even the experts can't say with certainty when it's going to happen. Forecasts project rates will fall in the months ahead, but that what the latest data says is that rates have been climbing lately. This disconnect shows just how tricky rates are to project. Best advice for your move is don't try to control what you can't control. This includes trying to time the market or guess what the future holds for mortgage rates. As CBS News states, quote, if you're in the market for a new home, experts typically recommend focusing your search on the right home purchase, not the interest rate environment, unquote. Instead, working on building a team of skilled professionals, including a trusted lender and real estate agent who can explain what's happening in the market and what it means for you. If you need to move beyond because you're changing jobs, want to be closer to family, or in the middle of another big life change, the right team can help you achieve your goal even now. And that's why I tell you, a strategy beats rate always. Strategy beats rate always. We've been showing people for the last 3 or 4 months a strategy to be 1.5% below market value on your interest. If you want to know how to do it, probably can show you that too. Bottom line, best advice for your move is don't try to control what you can't control, especially mortgage rates. Even the experts can't say for certain where they'll go from here. Instead, focus on building a team of trusted professionals who can keep you informed. When you're ready to get the process started, give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. I was actually with a gentleman from UCI last week. He was doing an economic forecast. He was giving their forecast. And he said, boy, did we blow it last year? Well, he's an expert. And they can't figure out what's going on in this economy, with 100% certainty. Just throw that out there.
Wow.
That's the real-time real estate segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com. Kevin's got a fan here. Anoop. Kevin DuToit is my mentor. Also, he's helping me to achieve my goals. You're helping someone achieve their goals. Nice.
Thank you. Whoever that legend is.
Yeah. So we're chatting this morning. Kevin DuToit is with us. He is a digital marketing expert guru. I sometimes worry about saying expert because anytime I say someone's an expert, then people want to try and knock them down, and it's not a matter of knocking them. I mean, I watch what he's doing, and it's pretty amazing some of the stuff that he's out there delivering and sharing on social media.
Thank you.
But here's a big issue that I worry about, Kevin. So, you can put out a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of people that put out a lot of stuff,
right?
And I see they've got one view or no views.
They have dozens of posts, just tons of content.
And no one's seeing it. Mm-hmm. So they're doing a real good job of nothing.
Posting. They're posting.
Good
exactly. Yeah. But
so
no rewards.
How do I get my stuff seen? How can I boost it so it's actually visible? You gotta have some. You gotta have some. The secret sauce.
So
There's just 7 of us listening.
absolutely.
You can
So
tell us.
I'll give you a tracing. Actually, for you, Ron, I'll give you 2.
Okay.
So it's easy to post content. To me, be more specific. Whenever uploading a picture, remember these are learning machines, the algorithm, and it's constantly growing. Every day, we're learners every single day. So the machine, when you upload a picture, always make sure, like they said to Ron Siegel, don't leave a space between your name. Put an underscore. The computer, well, the science cannot read spaces. It thinks it's a dead end. When you make it your whole name, it will attach your name to Ron Siegel instead of having a dead space there, because that means there's nothing there.
Some of my usernames on some of the sites, some of them say Ron Siegel with no space. You're saying that I should put an underscore in there?
No. When you're adding a picture or a video,
Okay.
you know the extension .com or .mva or .jpeg.
Right.
Never put spaces in the words. Always put an underscore.
Okay.
Because then the algorithm can read that.
Okay.
So it's just going to help you for search engine optimization.
Okay. Gotcha.
Now that's even on the pictures when you save the file. The second thing is when you're uploading a picture onto any social media platform, put hashtags within the picture itself. So what you do is when you upload the picture, it allows you to put @ and hashtags. Hashtag the picture, make the hashtag as small as you can. Then go and select the color code, like you're wearing a black shirt. I would make the hashtag Ron Siegel. I'd then shrink the hashtag and make it black instead of red or blue, whatever the color is, and I'd hide it over your black shirt.
So no one sees it.
The visual, I won't pick it up because it's so quick, but the algorithm will.
Okay.
Now that's going to boost, your eyeballs on your content, because it's all about attracting attention online. In a sense, hijacking eyeballs. I know that's not the right word, but we are here to grab the biggest audience in the quickest amount of time to get the biggest response, because it's about lead generation.
Okay. So we're gonna. That's an interesting one, because I'm gonna throw this at you, Kevin, because years ago we used to do that in websites. So we would take a website and you would put your keywords in the website
back end,
over and over and over again. So I might put in there mortgage, and I might just put mortgage and mortgage and mortgage, and I might put it in there 100 times, and I would put it all on a white page in white type font.
Mm-hmm.
And the algorithms got smart to that, and they started blacklisting anybody that did that.
Right. And
so now you're saying that you can do that in a picture, but you're just not going overwhelmingly.
Right. And so the learning machine, which is always learning, the AI, which one's a human being, one's AI. I use AI all day long. It now reads moving images, which is video, and pictures. That's how advanced it's become. Eventually, we'll go into the metaverse, but we'll read the energy around your content. That's the metaverse. That's the future.
Interesting. Okay, so we can start figuring out. I guess, Josh, we got to put some more hashtags in the middle of our videos here or something.
Or that black fabric in the background, because the eye won't pick it up. The engine will.
So let me ask you this, because we record on StreamYard, and we've got these banners rolling along the bottom. Is the artificial intelligence reading those banners?
Absolutely. Every single space, every single word, every single letter, every single dot, I, 10. Computers is ones and zeros. So 001100 means yes to the science of it. I'm just using that as I don't know what the language, because my mother's a computer scientist, but it's zeros and ones. Now on your picture,
most people don't realize computers are really dumb.
Right. So if you look at if whoever's looking at your video right now and they can see the black box, I would take a black box, put on your black fabric behind you, and make the font black as well. So it's invisible to the naked eye, but not to the engine.
So I'd put just a black piece of felt back here behind me.
Yeah, you see at the bottom where it says my name. I would take that and make another one of those, put it above your head, make it black, of course, because it reads black, and make the font black. Nobody will see it. The engine will read it.
Yeah, because we could say, because we've got that with a wire that's going down my shirt.
So you could add 1,000 SEO in that black fabric without anybody knowing. That's going to boost your trajectory of your content off the charts, Ron.
Wow. So, Josh, we might actually have more than 7 listeners then. And that is
7+.
we might get to 8. And that's even not when my son's listening. So that's okay. So we've got the upload with your pictures. You're going to put your name with the underscore.
Yeah. So next time you go look at my content, go to Kevin DuToit, go to some of the clients that I work with, and you'll sometimes, if you look at the content, you'll see.
I'm going to start looking real close.
You'll see. I've made the hashtag so small. Literally, it's.
So it can be like a 6 or 8 point.
Yeah, exactly. It's so tiny. The naked eye cannot pick it up unless you're paying attention.
So if I go there and really look for it, then I might find it.
You'll see. And I hide it in the. I will normally color code it to your shirt or to my velvet purple top, so that way it's hidden even in the fabric.
Actually, you can go into the Ducks games now because they changed one of their colors to plum this year. So your plum jacket, which I wouldn't even call it plum because I don't even know what that plum color means, but I heard him talking about it all night on the Ducks game. Hey, Josh, they finally won. I know that your Knights beat us the night before, but at least we got a win last night. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. Digital content, digital expert. We're learning from Kevin DuToit today. I'm not sure. I'll find out from Josh, but I can tell you how to find and compare debt consolidation loans. You can reach me, though, anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Is your budget getting blown up with high prices of gas and increased costs for other household needs? This is Ron Siegel, host of the daily Home and Finance radio program. Did you know if you have a low interest rate mortgage along with auto debt, credit card debt, or student loans, your family could potentially save $500 or more per month by restructuring these debts? If you'd like a free Borrow Smart analysis with our team, let's book an appointment to see how we might be able to relieve some stress. Schedule your appointment at rsrbsa.com. That's rsrbsa.com for your free Borrow Smart analysis. rsrbsa.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel. Actually, I guess we're already here, huh? Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Don't hear me. Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. So I'm not going to give you this story. We're going to have to do this tomorrow. Your credit matters. And we'll talk tomorrow about how to find and compare debt consolidation loans. Because I did get quite a few comments over the weekend about our discussion last week with Chris and Josh, debt consolidation and debt settlement. And it sounds to me like we're going to be able to help a lot of folks with this debt settlement process. And basically, if you got over $10,000 in debts, what they can do is they consolidate those. They help get you onto a budget and negotiate with the creditors. Now, they're not necessarily negotiating with the creditors exactly for the creditor to take a haircut, although some will. But they're negotiating a lot on the interest rates also. I mean, you look at some of the credit card debt right now, interest rates 29.99%. And by the time they do their work with you, you're going to probably pay about half of what you would otherwise. And maybe somewhere, I think their fees are going to, depending upon how it all works, they work somewhere between 5 and 6% is what their fees work out to per year. So as we continue with this tough economy that we're in right now, and people are worried right now, a lot of stress, credit card debt, all-time high, student loans coming back, and we've got auto loans where 17% of them are over $1,000 a month. The average now is over $800 a month for an auto loan. Now, they don't help with the auto loans, but anything that's unsecured, they can help with. If you want to talk to them, what you need to do is go to cleanall3.com, get a credit report, send it to me. I'll put you in touch with them and have a consultation. The consultation costs you nothing. And, I don't work for them. I don't have any part of their company. I don't have an ownership, none of that stuff. I just am here trying to, as a consumer advocate, look out for you. That is Your Credit Matters, brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It's wrong. What are you doing about it? Continue our conversation this morning. Kevin DuToit is with us. He is a digital marketing expert, and he just told us in the last segment how to get your digital marketing boosted, and we're not going to tell you again. So if you missed it, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. You're going to have to go back there and you'll be able to watch that, or go to the archives of ronsiegelradio.com. In our archives, you can actually see our past shows. But let's continue our conversation, chatting with Kevin. A lot of passion, Kevin. You're really passionate about what you do.
Because I care. I believe. I want to dilly-dally
I
through
believe.
life.
Well, you could tell from your Brooklyn accent that
Right, absolutely, yeah. Born in Africa, made in America.
Born in Africa. I'm not going to even go there because it's the family show. Born in Africa, made in America. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one there.
No,
Okay.
Thank you.
So, what do you only work with folks in the real estate space? Or are you doing other things, or tell me a little bit about what you're doing and how people can gain knowledge from you or engage or retain you.
Thank you. So yes, because I spent more than a decade in real estate, and I really climbed the ranks very, very fast, because when I got into the business, I treated it like a business because I wanted to get paid like it was a business.
Well, that's a surprise. People want to get paid, and they don't want to treat it like a business. That's
Surprise.
I'm going to wake up in the morning and somebody's going to hand me a contract and a commission check, and I can go back to sleep.
My phone's just going to ring that the DM didn't happen on social media. No, I grind it. I wake up early. I used to wake up at 3:30 because I was a big meditation and prayer warrior. Now I'm getting a little bit older. I've got a busy schedule because I work 7 days a week, average 12, 14 hour days. Bottom line, Ron. No nonsense here. And what I started to do is, instead of just being focused on the real estate industry, I'm now targeting the elite world of Hollywood.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going after because they get what I'm doing. They have an expansive mindset, and they like to explore new opportunities, where it's very hard for me to, if you're not going to show up to a free masterclass I'm giving on social media, then you're wasting my time, and you're also wasting your time. So what I'm finding is, when I reach out to Hollywood, they're more intrigued, they're more curious about what I've got to offer, my high-value ticket offer content, which is social media, to help them, because they're influencers, get traction. Because what's happening now is all these micro accounts, these mommies that are getting to this mass audience and doing big sales, like the Kardashians, for instance, celebrities are realizing, hold on, that I can also be that as well. So now they want to start a micro account and then become macro.
So what about I know why the people are looking at the Kardashian social media. But bald, old, overweight guys, can they do
What's your
something too?
story? What is your sales proposition offer? So you come, let's say it's a special cream for the skin, because you've got all this exposed skin, Ron. You find a good product, or maybe you
I
manufacture
got way
your
too
own.
much skin, but that's a different story.
You maybe manufacture your own. Now you can get your own brand. The future for success is brand, IP, intellectual property. So before it was, you had to spend billions or millions of dollars in a brand like the Nikes and the Coca-Colas. Now we're going into intellectual property with brand identity to a human being, like a Gary Vaynerchuk, a Tony Robbins, a Robert Kiyosaki. So we're moving away from the big conglomerates to the individuality right now.
And is that because of social media?
Yes, correct. Because those have a voice, they've got a mouth, and they're the ones who are pushing content, pushing sales,
Sure.
pushing services.
So Vaynerchuk says like 500 videos a week or something like that.
He's got a whole team behind him. He can do that. But if you want to be on that level, then yes, you have to expect to have those results.
So I'm going to throw something at you. You may not have heard this one before. I went and watched Brad Lee speaking.
I love Bradley.
And he was telling us that he has somebody that was very similar to you that walks with him when he goes everywhere. And he refers to him as his predator.
He's been preyed on all day long. Absolutely.
Well, basically because he's his producer, and his engineer or editor.
Right.
So predator. So I don't know if you want to put that on your business card or not,
I
Kevin,
like
but that's
that.
a whole
Predator versus Alien. So,
but he has somebody that's walking around behind him that's doing video and put photos of everything he does, and then they go and they edit it and get it pushed out. The average guy can't do that, though.
but they can do it themselves. Literally, it's like taking your phone, Ron, a selfie, put in video, and just start filming. That's it. And I can aim it at you, and I can aim it at the surroundings. I can whoever's walking by. It's so simple.
But how do I edit it and get it up there so it looks good?
You don't keep it organic, because the music's already online. You can already attach music because it's all licensed online.
Okay, but how do I then?
You can have AC/DC. You can have a One Direction. It doesn't matter. It's all online for you. The more organic the content, the more eyeballs you're gonna get.
So let's. I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to. So let's turn the clock back then, because I go out to the on the weekends. I go down and walk around Balboa Island.
Beautiful.
And I love taking some beautiful pictures of the island and sunrise and sunset and all that. And I've got this content there. But then from the last segment, you said I need to be putting my name or getting the hashtags in the picture and all that. How do I do both if it's just a matter of putting the organic content up?
Each social media platform walks you through that. So as you upload the content, you'll start to see it shows you hashtags at the bottom, whether it's TikTok or Instagram. Those are for your 35 and under. It shows you at the top you can start putting hashtags. It actually walks you through the process. If you just pay attention to what you're doing and follow instructions, you'll see it leads you on that path to success. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. Don't try and do it yourself because you think you're smarter, because you're not. They have rocket scientists and they have spent billions on creating this environment for you to use. It's very user-friendly. Just follow direction. Don't think about it. Just follow orders. It's very simple. That's what a good soldier does, Ron. He follows his last order.
Okay. So that's cool. So do I have to do it then on every platform? Is that the idea? So if I go out there Saturday morning and I walk and I want to put it on, I'm old, so I don't use Instagram very much. And I'm still old on Facebook.
Facebook's the bomb. I don't use any platform at all besides Facebook.
Really?
None. I don't. SEO's dead unless you're writing blogs and doing podcasts and videos, because Google owns YouTube. Everything should be targeted at YouTube because that's going to be your biggest return on investment, your biggest ROI. Facebook, when it comes to advertising, you can't go wrong because you'll always get a 1x return. So you spend $1, you get $1.50 back. That's not a bad return on investment. Sure. You put 10, you get $15 back. You put 1,000, you get $1,500 back. Facebook ads for now, that is for now. That's the platform that's driving lead generation. Then once you get that lead, then you nurture that lead, of course, Ron. Then you turn it into conversion. Whatever field you're in, real estate or a service, you're saying a coaching service. Because right now you can get so hyper focused on your funnel that when you target an audience in your area on Facebook, you can go down to a mile, down to an age, down to whether it's ladies or gentlemen for your audience.
Sure, for the audience.
Whether they go to gym or not. I mean, you can get so.
We don't want to talk about gyms here, Kevin. That's a dirty word.
Yeah, I need gym myself. Yeah, but you can talk about whether they go to the local cupcake store. You can put in all the search criteria in Facebook, so it really becomes hyper focused on that target audience. So you're not blanketing the market.
So let me ask you one question. So even though I'm going to get killed from Josh because we're already out of time, but do I take my picture in my photo area and from my camera, or do I go into Facebook and take the picture through the Facebook app?
You can do both.
So it could be from my library, or it could be the other way.
All that old content from even 10 years ago, you can repurpose it. That's genius, Ron.
I might be sitting now. I know what I'm going to be doing watching the ball game tonight. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio. Hey, I appreciate Kevin DuToit. I really appreciate you coming in. If you want to meet Kevin, if you want to learn about what Kevin's doing, come on in and give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Be happy to introduce you to him. And as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.